Hi everyone, it's Barbara Ann here. And just to say a huge thanks to my team for leading the midweek reflections in the past few weeks. And then, of course, also in the next few weeks until you see me again. So I hope that you're all doing well. And if you're having a bit of a tough time, well, please either let me know, but I can also pray for people that are unknown to me and unknown situations. So I can do that also. But I thought for today's reflection, what on earth am I going to talk about? And the one thing that I rely on every single day is my diary. It is probably the most important thing that I own. I really don't know what I would do if I didn't have it. I use my phone for lots of things. In fact, I use my phone for just about everything, but I don't like it for my diary. I find it so much easier to open up my diary and then just flick through for whatever it is that I need to see. Or if someone is speaking to me, it's so easy just to pick up my pen and jot down whatever date it is or whatever I need to talk about or whatever. I just find that so much easier. So let's look at my diary for this week. Well, yesterday, which was Monday, because I'm speaking on Tuesday for this, what did I have on? Well, I do Zoom to the music every Monday, so that's like the music cafe for people with dementia. So that's always in the diary at 2 p.m. I then had a funeral visit to me with a family at 3:30, and then I had a Kurt session meeting at 7 p.m. So that was Monday. What it doesn't tell you, of course, is that I was on my computer all of Monday morning from about probably 8 o'clock until lunch, and then straight on to Zoom to the music, and then the funeral visit after, and then the Kurt session meeting. So basically, I probably worked from 8 until about 9:15 last night. And then today, I didn't have anything in my diary for this morning, but now I'm going to a meeting just after I record this at 2 o'clock. And then sadly, I have another funeral visit to do at 3:30 today. But at the bottom of my diary, down here, well, that's the list of an email that I had to send to our lady who delivers our flowers for the church. So I sent her all the names of the people that I would like the church flowers to be delivered to. Now, bear in mind, it's not the Sunday flowers, it's flowers that we buy extra and send to members. And then, of course, well, tomorrow, that all changed. It just shows you how quickly life can change. Because again, I've had a Zoom meeting it usually lasts from 10 until about 1 o'clock, maybe every 8 weeks, for a creative writing group that I'm with. However, I then had to email them and apologise because I hadn't marked in the diary that tomorrow for me, which is Wednesday, which you are listening to today, my sister-in-law had invited me to go to the theatre with her in Glasgow, the King's Theatre, to see the musical Hairspray, and then out for a meal afterwards. And it wasn't in my diary. And that's what happens when you don't write things down. Well, for me anyway. But care home service is coming up. I then get more Zoom meetings on Friday, and that's to talk about the Ukrainians. We've got a Life Saving Coffee morning on Saturday. Sunday we have two services, one at 9:30 and one at 11. And I'm also working on Sunday night at the new Sunday night project, which is for our youth group. And we're getting nearly 30 youths to that. So we're really, really pleased. And then, of course, next week, it all just starts again and it runs and runs. So I can't do without my diary. But I did remember that last Sunday, our Sunday Club were taking our morning worship because it was Mothering Sunday. And Mothering Sunday, of course, falls always on the fourth Sunday of Lent. They did a great job. They spoke about the prodigal son, about returning home to his father, and then they linked that, of course, to Mothering Sunday, about returning to the home church, and also about, we have kind of fallouts with siblings, can't we? And we talked about that. It was a very good service. And as a little treat, every female in the church received this. Well, not this particular one. And it was a little card, and it just says Happy Mother's Day. And it didn't matter whether you're a mother or not. It's a plant pot, which the Sunday Club had decorated. So mine's got lots of bling on it and a lovely butterfly at the back. And inside it is a little card and also daffodil bulbs, just small ones, miniature ones. So wasn't that a lovely thing to receive? That really cheered me up. Well, especially the bling. But it was great and brought a smile to everyone's face. So my diary is important, and especially in the next coming couple of weeks, because as we know, we have a week on Sunday will be Palm Sunday, which is absolutely wonderful. I love Palm Sunday. But during that following week, of course, is Holy Week, leading us up to Easter weekend. And during Holy Week, we have Maundy Thursday service, don't we, where we celebrate the Last Supper. And then on Friday, we have the Good Friday service. And that, of course, is the service where we concentrate on Jesus dying. So these are very important aspects. And all through Lent, for the last few weeks, we've been building up, preparing ourselves for Jesus arriving at that cross. Just last week, we actually showed the film, The Passion of Christ. It's quite a graphic film. It stops on Easter Sunday morning as Jesus rises from the dead, which is a good place to stop it. But the whole thing was very graphic. But the people who were there, it really impacted on them to know what Jesus suffered. It's not the nice sanitized version, that he was taken to this court and that court, and when they placed that crown of thorns on his head, well, in the cinema, and the film, yeah, that was pretty dramatic. And yeah, he got whipped and beat, and it was certainly shown in that film. So there's so many highs and lows all through Lent. It's a high maybe when you started Lent, because what we're going to do for Lent. Are we going to give something up, take something up, time of reflection, what we're going to do. And then as Lent progresses, sometimes we fall by the wayside, and other times we're sticking in there, but it's hard. It really is hard. We've got the high of Palm Sunday with Jesus coming in, and then of course that whole of Holy Week when things start to go wrong. And then we have the story of Judas, and then the Last Supper, as I've already said. But the one thing that cheers us all up about Easter, and it's in my diary, of course, is the Easter services, especially Easter Day. We have the usual Easter egg hunt, but be prepared, there is a difference this year. Oh yeah, there's a difference in the Easter egg hunt this year, so watch out for that. But one of our ladies in the church makes beautiful handmade cards, and she sells them in the church, and the money goes to church funds. So there we go. I've got a few adult style Easter cards, and you're not seeing the children's one because they're already written and in an envelope. So I'll be sending some Easter cards near at Easter. And then of course, this is Billy's. Are we ready? There we go. His Easter egg. But it's his second one, because guess what? He's eaten the first one already. But there we go. So our chocolate on Easter Sunday. And also I've already got my table booked at one of the local restaurants for Sunday lunch on Easter Day. So my diary is very important to me. I fill it in, usually faithfully, but of course sometimes it can go astray. I hope that in the coming weeks ahead that you have got, if you don't even have a diary, but maybe just jot things down, that you have got things to look forward to. Towards the end of this week and through into next week, unfortunately, there's a couple of things that are going to be quite sad for myself. One of our elders has just recently passed, and his funeral will be this coming Friday. And then another couple of our members have sadly died this week also, and their funerals are one next week and one the following week. So there is happiness and sadness in everyone's life at every given time. And if you were to look through my diary from the 1st of January this year when it started, and you'll see things written down, you could probably tell when the highs and lows in my life really are, because they'll either be really busy or it won't be just so busy. There'll be, for example, this week I've also done preparations with 2 couples for weddings that are coming up. So that was a great high as well. So you can quite easily see in my diary, if you flick through it, the highs and the lows. Again, another high. We had 2 baptisms a couple of weeks ago on the same day. Wow, it's been a long time since we've had that. So whatever is going on in your life, whether it be the highs or whether it be the lows, know that we are always here. As a church, East and Old are here for you. And we just wish you every blessing still through this Lenten period, and especially as Easter Sunday approaches. But just remember, all through Holy Week, there are a lot of lows before we get to the highs of Easter Day. And if you're the type of person that really only comes to church on Palm Sunday and then you don't come back until Easter Sunday, it's like party time. But we have to remember that very dark and reflective period in between. I wish you all a great week. God bless everyone.